was $895. Installation was $120.
I finally discovered the cure for earworms. You just start singing My Country 'Tis of Thee, and then it will be gone. John's my earworm maker. I don't know how to get John to stop messing up the bed every morning. I don't think it's possible after all these years. But the good news we heard this morning is Lynn and Owen are back. This is upside down, John. After 9 months. I'm so glad they're back. They're gonna do what we've done, and also what Slim Potato Head has done. Post when you have content and post when you want. But it's nice to have them back, and they said they're gonna come west in the fall. I hope so. That way we can see them again. And they have a base camp now, which we already knew, but we almost bought a base camp before we got our first van. Let's see, this morning we are going to a little town west of Susanville called, well, it's near Chester. Not really going into Chester. There's a lake there called the Lake, I think Almanor, something like that. Almanor. And there's a bike, an 11-mile one-way bike. You can do it a loop, I think. So it'll be a bike, I think it's like 25 miles. Now breakfast and then off. This is a lovely spot. Listen to those birds. Say goodbye to the infamous vault toilet that we parked next to last time. This time we are going to remember this place because it will be the cricket campground. We're gonna find out if there are crickets down here. John just asked me if I wanted to get out and get a close-up of the crickets, and it's like, no thank you. Is that a turkey?
It flew down.
Oh, turkeys fly. What? No, it's a
vulture.
I don't know. You think it's a vulture?
Fly on WKRP.
There you go. I don't know where he went. Oh, there he is. Yeah, it's a vulture.
Did crickets eat their young?
Okay, now I just looked up the cricket thing up here. They're Mormon crickets, and they're cannibalistic, and they're gross.
Flightless katydid.
Yeah, they're flightless katydids, basically. Oh, that was a nasty fire. Whoa. This reminds me of Alaska. A lot of this going on up there. We are now entering Westwood.
Sure, we stopped there. I got an ice cream in that place.
No.
Yeah, right there. Ice cream bar.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Just when we think we're on a new road, we discover we've been here before. But we've not been down to Lake Almanor. So that will we definitely do.
We hope.
Yeah.
This is the whole camp.
Wow, it's a big lake. That is from the Dixie Fire. Wow. Yeah. That's... Yep. Lake. And that is Mount Lassen back there. You can tell by the shape of it. Can't see it anymore. Lake Almanor was named by Guy C. Earle, who was the president of the Great Western Power Company during the reservoir's construction. He used 3 letters of his 3 daughters' names, Alice, Martha, and Eleanor. The company was later acquired by PG&E. Ironically, it was a PG&E power line that caused the Dixie Fire. What a great place to spend the day. It's gorgeous. Gorgeous, and we're under trees.
These are hydraulic brakes, and if you press accidentally or on purpose hydraulic brakes and there's nothing there to stop them, they will seize in the closed position, and that requires a different tool than to re-loosen them. Oh! I got a cramp in my leg calf.
Crap.
So when we load the bikes, we remove this axle and it pulls all the way out. We can then take out the tire. One time I didn't put the axle back in when I put the bikes inside the van, and I loaded it to the point where this cracked. And we tried to replace just this part, couldn't buy it, so ended up having to replace the entire fork. Entire fork was $895 and installation was 120 bucks. So it's $1,000 because I didn't put the stupid axle back in the stupid hole so that it wouldn't crack. So,
ouch.
Lesson learned.
Not going to take much food. The plan is to stop at Prattville, which is supposed to have like a historic downtown, and get some lunch there. But I just got a few snacks and I'm charging up all my cameras. I'm going to grab my little big stick here because we dropped something way in the back. And this way I think we can do it without having to unload the whole back of the van. You'd be able to grab it just like that. Yay! That's great. And again, it's nice to have a light. Oh, and show them the newest edition here. This thing comes in so handy for kneeling to do whatever. That's great. I got it at Garden Answer. They have these big ones. Great spot. Garden Answer on YouTube. If you guys don't follow her, she's great. In fact, she's located in Ontario, Oregon. I think we're finally ready to go.
We'll get there and we'll say, I forgot.
Yeah, okay. Let's go. And there's Mount Lassen. This must be one of the campgrounds that it was full. Although I guess we could check, see if they have any first come, first serve. It's a good spot to stop for a minute and fix my helmet. Just saying what a great trail this is. Paved, nice, curves. Now it's not as flat as you think after reading the description of it. There are lots of hills. We're gonna go about a mile down this road, and that should take us to Prattville. To lunch, because I'm hungry. This cemetery was moved here when they dammed the river, and they moved all the graves here. Wow, it must have been quite a job. The cafe. Okay, hope it's open. I'm thinking they're closed on Mondays, so this other lady said that there's a spot down the road a mile where we can get some lunch. Good food, nice view of the lake. We would definitely come back. John said his fish and chips here were better than what he got at Cape Cod. Fire came right up to these houses, John. Look at that. Wow, are they lucky. Okay, the trail should be right up here. No, we have to go that way. But so this campground isn't full. It's just they don't take reservations until probably next week. So we're gonna come back here and spend the night when we're done with our ride. Huh. Look at all those logs. There's a lot of burned trees. This is one of the nicest bike rides we've ever been on. Gorgeous trail, amazing views, great spot. And this time of year it's excellent because a lot of the kids in California haven't gotten out of school yet. They have, this week is their last week of school. Those are all burn piles. Boy, that's gonna be a hot fire. Amazing. I think we're getting close to the end because I can see a highway down there. And this is the end of the trail. Cool. What a nice trail. How many miles do you have, John? John says it's 13 to here. For some reason, I can't get my watch to tell me the miles, but we took a detour, so that's why it's 13. It's supposed to be 11. But it doesn't seem like we took a 2-mile detour. Maybe we did. Anyway, now we're gonna go get to see the forest part that we missed when we took the detour. The van. Do you know how many miles we went? I think it was 23 miles round trip. What a stellar ride that was. But my butt is a little sore. It's a little bit out of shape. Lake Almanor West Shore. Yep. Showers feel so good. Bunch of deer coming through the campground. See if I can get them. You guys hear that chainsaw? They're doing major work here. You could hear trees falling all morning long. They're doing major tree thinning in the campground. And of course, there's still a lot of work to clean up after the Dixie fire. But what a great spot. Perfect temperatures, almost nobody here. Feels like dispersed camping with chainsaws. Now we're gonna go fill up with some water because we did shower last night. And oh, by the way, this place does have a dump station. So we never know where we're gonna be, so we're gonna fill up with some water. And then we'll hit the road heading toward Klamath Falls. But we're gonna stop, I hope, at Burney Falls. We brought our park pass, so we should get in free. And there's some kind of Atlas Obscura thing along the way. Oh, it's a sculpture garden, so we're gonna stop in there real fast. They got a great dump station here. It is $5, but that is very reasonable. And what a gorgeous day. Wish we could stay another day. That's a steep angle for that tractor, isn't it?
Yep.
Wow. God, it looks like it's gonna tip over. Man. John just saw a bear. I was editing, but we have the dash cam, so I'm going to download it from there. The 2021 Dixie Fire burned nearly 1 million acres, caused $1.15 billion in damages, and was the most expensive wildfire in terms of firefighting in U.S. history, costing $673,000 to suppress. The cause was a tree falling on a PG&E power distribution line. The Dixie Fire was the first fire known to have crossed the crest of the Sierra Nevada. It was the hottest summer ever recorded in California and was amplified by low precipitation during the water year, with Northern California receiving less than half of its usual precipitation. There's Shasta. Completely different shape than Lassen. Last time we drove through here, it was before the fire. What a difference. We're on our way to Burney Falls, but we make a quick detour to an Atlas Obscura recommendation. This is amazing. Wow. This is amazing. Maybe we can find some. If you're heading to Burney Falls, then I would say definitely make the detour and see the sculptures. This is an Atlas Obscura stop. So here's the story about this. Two brothers, Will and Richard Hathaway. In fact, here comes a big, huge truck. They own an aggregate, rock and aggregate place here. And they, over the years, have collected a lot of scrap metal. And instead of recycling it, they thought they would turn it into whimsical animals. And they've been doing this since 1998. It's pretty cool. Clever. A car. I love the red tongue. Well, this place will definitely put a smile on your face. We have been to Burney Falls, but we did not know there was a ginormous lake down here. It's huge. But there is a trail that'll take us up to the falls and also help us get more steps in. We were here maybe 4 or 5 years ago, and I did a video on it, and shortly after I got an email from one of the viewers, and he said his wife had passed away, I don't know, recently, and he and his daughter were going through her stuff, and she had been an avid painter, and he had a painting and they didn't know where she had done it. It was of a waterfall. And after he saw the video, he went, oh my gosh, that is the waterfalls that she had painted. MacArthur-Burney Memorial Falls State Park is within the Cascade Range and the Modoc Plateau. The 129-foot falls, which is not the highest or largest in the state, may be the most beautiful. And an interesting fact I didn't know, I just learned it reading their little newsletter, is that the Pacific Crest Trail comes through this park. Guess somebody's getting married down there. The park was closed for over a year, I think. And one of the things they did was put a hard surface on this walkway. Water flows at 100 million gallons a day and comes from Burney Creek and springs that originate underground and flow to Lake Britain.
No, not necessary. All right, you all have a nice day. Thank you.
Everywhere we go in the West, we run into projects built by the Civilian Conservation Corps. Between 1933 and 1942, the program became the most popular of all the New Deal programs, employing 3 million young men, providing shelter, clothing, food, and a monthly wage of $30. 25 of which had to be sent home to their families. And did you know there was eventually a counterpart program for unemployed women called the She camps? So if you have to park at the boat launch, then it's 3.5 miles round trip. If you don't, then it's only a mile to see the falls and back. We can come back to do this. Go ahead and see if we can get a spot. Forgot what this place is called. Cattle something cattle, but it was $7.50. It's a nice campground. This one's what is it? Let's figure out what it's called.
Cattle
something. The Cascade Range stretches from British Columbia through Washington and Oregon into Northern California. There are 3 major volcanoes in the California section. Shasta, which has erupted in 1786 and considered dormant. It is 14,179 feet and the second largest in the range. We've just stopped at the visitor center here in Oregon, across the border. They have such great information, picked up a bunch of good stuff. We're going to go to a campground that's supposed to have good Verizon coverage so I can do some editing and plow through some of this stuff to see what else we can see. And while we're in Oregon, poor John is over there trying to reach his doctor's office. He has AFib, and sometimes it acts up, and he's calling to see if it gets too bad, he can take an extra one of whatever he takes. But he's going to have that taken care of hopefully this fall, and we'll be good. Why are you grinning like that?
Because I thought you ditched me.
Is that really? Seriously? You couldn't find the car?
No, I thought you were inside. Son went in there and I said, she's not there. And the lady goes, she ditched you.
Oh, okay. Nice lady in there.
Yeah.
After we fill up, this is the first cheap gas in Oregon. $3.99 instead of $4.69 across the border. We're going to go to a campground, a BLM campground up here called Topsy, because apparently they have good cellular, and I need that for my editing. And they have a nice long stick for cleaning your windshield, and the squeegee part actually works.
Wow.
Oh.
Quarter of a mile. Topsy Grade Road.
You have arrived.
Is that a spot right there?
Right on the river?
Yeah.
Check
it out. I'm going to pull in. I think we got the last spot. This is pretty cool. We are right on the river. Well, John's AFib event lasted a lot longer than he had told me. And after lunch, he said, I think I need to go to the hospital. So we pulled out of there, and we were about 22 miles away, and drove to Klamath Falls. And there's looks like a nice hospital here. But he's been in there for several hours. I've been out here editing. And he thinks everything's going to be fine. He thinks the event is over and that they're going to let him go. I sure hope so. Otherwise, I don't know. Might have to go home. But I think it'll be okay, and we can continue with our travels. And in the meantime, at least I'm getting some work done. Thank goodness for the air conditioner, though. I've had it on the whole time, I turned it off to do some voiceover, but it's, let's see, we're now down to 90%. When we leave here, we'll head up to that area where the Collier Logging Museum is. We've been there several times. There's a National Forest campground there, and we'll see if we can get a spot there. We're out of here at 8 p.m. We're 30 miles from the campground. Luckily, it's almost the longest day of the year because I think we can get there with somewhat light. And we were here, so 2 o'clock to 8 o'clock.
And remember, I had forecast how long.
Oh yeah, he did.
I actually forecast today how long I would be here.
And you said 8 p.m., didn't you?
I said 2 p.m. to 8 p.m.
Pretty good. You win.
7:58.
Okay, out of here. Collier State Campground was closed, and the National Forest Campground, which is just down the road from it, was full. So we've just found this nice dispersed spot, and we'll stay here tonight with hopefully a nice sunset. Travel is full of highs and lows. One day you're riding the perfect trail, the next you're facing a change of plans. The road doesn't always lead where you thought it would. You learn to go with the flow and trust that every twist and turn has something to teach us. It's all part of the journey. That is so cool. We are at Eagle Creek Campground, right on the Columbia Gorge.